It's the final Louie Herron Toyota weekend kickoff for 2013. We got Louie in studio with us this morning, and we're talking about why is this the time of the year? Why are there so many great reasons to think about buying a vehicle? And we talked about pre-owned vehicles. We talked about if you're even thinking about leasing, this is the time to do it.
Yeah, do you remember we talked about last week on the leasing? I want to go over that again. I think that may be important. If you didn't listen last week, it'd be really important. Right now, if you're somebody who loves to lease an automobile, this is the time. I mean, and so now you hear that we're pushing the 13 models out to get a 14. Now, check this out. This is something that you wouldn't believe. You're thinking, okay, I'm going to get a great deal on a 2013 model, and I like to lease cars. Well, hold up. You're thinking wrong. And the reason why I say that is because right now you could be thinking you want to get a steal of a deal on a 13 model, all right, because that's what we got to push out and get rid of because the 14s are here. But if you're someone who leases, you got to flip gears and go to a 14. The best time to lease an automobile is the very beginning of the model year. Right now, if you're in the market to lease a car, forget the 13s. You're going to get a better deal on a 14. Now, somebody scratch your head and go, wait a minute, how does that make sense? If you're trying to get rid of the 13s, how in the world would a 14 be better? Here's the reason. When the residuals are set, they are the highest when the cars first come out. In other words, the least amount of depreciation takes place at the very beginning. Right? I mean, so in other words, if I try to lease a 13 car, it's literally a year old now. So the residual value will probably be somewhere around 50% on that car, which means your payments will be based on $50,000. Okay, we have a $20,000 car on a 13 model. The residual is 50%. Your payments are going to be based on $10,000. Mm-hmm. You with me?
Sure.
Plus interest and so forth. Well, a 14 model car, the residual is going to be somewhere around 68 to 70%, which means on that $20,000 car, your payments will be based on $6,000. Now think about this. You're going to buy a $20,000 car for 3 years. You're going to lease it, and your payments are going to be based off $6,000. I mean, just divide $6,000 by 36 months. That's cheap. All right, add some interest, sure. It inflates it a little bit. But the point is, if you're somebody that says, look, I'm in and out of cars, I lease all the time, and your lease is almost due, don't wait to lease that 14 model car in March or April. I mean, you're not going to get a raw deal, but right now will be the very best deal. And I don't think that people realize that because they don't understand the residuals and money factors and leasing and how it works, and there's fear and what do I do when I get out? And you and I have discussed, we've had many shows on leasing, and we're not going to get into that portion of it, but I will say to you, if you know for a fact, Louie, I do like leasing, my ears are wide open. Right now, if you want to lease a car, a 2014 model, you will never have a better time to lease that car than right now because the residuals have just been released. They are at their highest, which means your payment will be the lowest, and the residual value that's left at the end is not a liability to you because you can technically turn the car in and walk away.
The Louie Herron Toyota weekend kickoff, we're going to come back and talk some more about some great ideas about why this is the time of the year to consider buying a vehicle. And this weekend, the 2013 Georgia Sports Alliance All-Star Senior Football game is going to be at the Ed DeFore Sports Complex in Macon. You're going to be involved in that a little bit?
Yeah, I'm really, really, really excited about that. And the reason why is because the GISA had their All-Star game, 2 weeks ago? Okay, so those are for the big boys, right? Those are for the highly touted kids that are signing in big places, Clemson and Florida State and some of those. This is GSA. These are the kids that they're coming from Savannah, Columbus, Augusta. They're coming from all over the place. But these are the kids that went to JMA. These are the kids that went to Gatewoods. These are the kids that are trying to get into Presbyterian, West Georgia College, Georgia Southern, Youngstown State. These are the kids that and Randy, why it means so much to me is because I was one of those kids. I went to a smaller high school, played college football at Liberty University. Then I transferred to West Georgia. Although I wanted to be a big-time college football player, thought I was. The reality was, gut check, I just wasn't that good. But these kids still need to be in school. They need to stay on the field. And look, you don't know what can happen if you look at Brent Grimes, Shippensburg State, sure. NFL, yeah. Right? Bart Scott. I mean, this guy went to school in Kansas that no one heard of. I mean, the names go on and on of NFL players that went to no-name schools. These kids have hope, and for me to get in there, I have a pregame speech, talk to them today, and just motivate and inspire these kids, to have a vision. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. Take advantage of it. It's going to be a great time.
All right, the game is tomorrow at 1 o'clock at the Ed DeFore Sports Complex in Macon. If you want to support that, you can can go online to gsa-sports.com. Find out all about it. Louie Herron Toyota, one of the sponsors for the Georgia Sports Alliance All-Star football game tomorrow. This is Country 102 WKZR, 40 degrees right now, and sounds of the season.